about fucking self-help or some shit like that. You know what I mean? This is what they spend their time doing. I'm not saying they'd write a good book at all. It would probably be a astoundingly dumb book. But if you look at the New York Times bestseller list, a lot of astoundingly dumb books in there.
And I so she's saying that like this barista is a Nazi guard, but not the good kind that gave bread to starving children. This is the shamey kind. You're the worst kind of Nazi.
She wasn't a good Nazi. She was a bad police officer.
And then,
but
really, this is somebody, somebody that just wants to win, and they're going all in. They're drawing from the worst periods of history, and you're right, building to this gigantic moment where they say, you know what, I can't breathe. We can't breathe, or whatever it was.
No, like they compared themselves like this to like Nazi Germany.
Yep.
They compared it to slavery.
Yep.
They threw in a little of the Grinch in there. And then like top it all off with Black Lives Matter. And you know, this wasn't an email. This was a printed off letter and handed directly to the store owner.
What?
I'll tell you what's also
It's so tight.
I know. You know what this also might be? This might be our right-wing hippie. This might be the person we've been looking for over a few weeks. Because if you think about it, they don't like masks.
Yeah.
They obviously, I feel like it felt like they communicated that Black Lives Matter was something that
to take seriously.
Yes. But they're
comparing. They said that they're being treated as badly as.
Sure.
Okay, yeah. So we don't even really. Well, I guess like if you're willing to say being treated as badly as,
that is giving more ground than a conservative.
Right. Okay. So this is just a really misguided person. That also nothing happened in this story. From what I can tell, right? Like, so a person went to the store, they pulled their mask down so they could talk to a person, which is like exactly the time that you're supposed to have the mask on. The mask, it's not, if you were fucking standing across the room without the mask on and not talking, that is probably safe and fine. Maybe. I don't know.
Sure.
But safer.
Well, there's a lesser viral load.
Yeah, safer than being like, hey, I'm right in front of you.
Now that we're in whispering distance.
Yeah.
That is the
exact wrong. She just wanted to directly inject her breath into your grandma.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the exact wrong. I've been seeing so many. Brett has a gas station at the end of his street that I stop at a lot. I'm like always kind of have to stop in there and get Gatorades or smokes and shit like that, right? And
it's a wild place.
I have never been in there where there wasn't a person with their nose out of the mask or people without masks on. Just straight up, no mask. And it's crazy that people are doing that still. Like they not still. They're kind of like, fuck it. I saw a guy come into the weed dispensary today with a cowboy hat, no weed card, no mask.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy shit. He thought he was just going to wrangle himself up some weed?
He was an older guy, like a boomer aged guy. He's with his wife who was a weed card holder.
Oh.
But I can't like take you with me unless you're registered as my caregiver.
Yeah.
Like I thought about making Katie my caregiver so that she could come in with me.
Smart.
But so anyway, like they come in there and the guy's like, I want a menu. And the woman's like, do you have a card? And he was like, I want a menu.
Oh, no.
And she's like, do you have a card? And he was like, menu. And then she was like, which one of you has a card? And are you the caregiver? And he was like, I caregive for her. And she was like, no, the official caregiver. And then he just got hot under the collar and said menu. and then walked out.
He had one word.
Yeah, he want that menu.
He was
man.
like, I know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to walk in there, cool calculated, just like the Winston man would, the Marple man would. I'll look at him, I'm just going to say, menu, please.
Give me the menu. If it would have worked.
Haven't you ever seen, yeah, like, they're like, haven't you ever seen a Western movie? Like, if a guy comes in and says intimidating stuff, you just do it.
Yeah.
If he says whiskey, you give him the whiskey. If he says menu, you give him the menu.
Yeah, but that's what this person also feels like, is just a person that's like, I'm a customer. I should get to, I'm a customer. I get to do whatever the fuck I want.
That's
because
true.
I'm the fucking customer.
I get to try.
You know? And, I mean, I can't, it's a beautiful letter that this person wrote. Maybe a touch misguided in like the history and politics realm.
Uh-huh.
But they really put something good together. And they printed it out.
Well, yeah, their heart is in it.
Right. And their heart is in this Karen letter. That is true. Yeah. They put their heart and soul into this Yelp review on paper. And the only way they could have made it any better, calligraphy. If it was calligraphy, I would have been like, okay, you just gotta, we all gotta forgive and forget. But the point is that that I was making before is that like nothing happened in this. A person said, "Can you pull your mask up over your nose?"
Yeah.
And a person went home, wrote a letter with history in it, which they probably tell that Nazi story to everybody.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
This reeks of like centrist, or that person that is like tries to tell you historical facts, but they're like wildly out of context, or like not necessarily true. Like they'll give you a few founding fathers quotes, a few history quotes, and like that's kind of their thing, and they're a centrist. So they're the person when you say like Nazis are bad, and they're like, well, I mean, do you like the Volkswagen? Do you like the Mercedes Benz? Okay, so maybe think twice.
Yeah. You like Fanta, don't you?
Yeah, maybe think twice before you decide to bring up that all Nazis are bad. And you're like, okay,
oh God, yeah, you're so fucking smart.
I'm stuck in this. But then they are also the people that when you say slavery was bad, they're like, some of them treated their slaves very nice.
Yeah.
And it's just like there's this certain type of person that loves. I call them kind of a contrarian, but they're like not smart about it.
Well, they just want everything to be positive. I think that's the Nazi thing is literally just like, I mean, you can have a positive mental attitude. You can keep that, all the time, even in the worst circumstances. We got that attitude.
Can we add positive mental attitude to our list with POTUS, which is another word we hate?
PMA.
And I can't remember the other one, but FLOTUS, obviously, and SCOTUS. Any of the TIS's.
What about the band? Do we have to say the whole name?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't ever say POTUS for the band.
The truth is, like, if you say POTUS at all, that means you're saying President of the United States of America.
Uh-huh.
Would you ever say that? And isn't it the POTUS president? I guess you're saving a syllable. That's all it is.
Yeah.
I don't even know if you're saving a syllable.
Yeah, I don't know where that was.
President.
Yeah.
Is that right?
It's clapping out. Let's see.
Well, I can't tell.
You can't?
Caller,
how many syllables are there?
How many syllables are in the word president? This is the reason to take
I think
calls.
POTUS does save time.
Yep,
Saves one.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was helpful. All right. Well, that was a beautiful letter. And
Well, wait.
Oh, okay.
I do have one thing though, since you're talking about your hippie. I would suggest looking up Planted Cafe here in New York. That's a vile story. That is like a guy who is like owning a vegan restaurant and like yoga studios and whatnot, but then also evicted like families
Oh yeah,
from his building.
The top news says the eco-yogi slumlords of Brooklyn.
Yeah, somebody said that too. I've gotten that story a few times. I'm gonna look into that for the Wednesday show because it's wild that even showed up. Actually, me and Brett were hanging out yesterday.
I read this already. Yeah.
Me and Brett were hanging out yesterday, and I said, so somebody sent me this article. That means we can actually write the bit now. Because the reason I brought it up is because it's like, is this something that like doesn't exist and that I just know? I don't want to write a bit that doesn't, that doesn't make sense to anybody but me. But now I feel like we can write the bit now. It exists.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for calling in.
By that ghost store.
Yeah. That was a great call.
Yeah, it was a wonderful
and
outrageous letter.
You killed it. That's caller of the year.
Somebody in the chat said that their cousin wrote a 4-page letter and mailed it to their dad over a Facebook argument.
If you can
they
send
want
us
the last word,
something like that.
We are going to be doing that for the TV show, so that is going to happen very soon.
Yeah,
we need this. It's hard because we can't get licensed stuff. We can pay for submissions, but we can't get the rights to like movies or the news and shit, and like popular shows and shit. So we have to have like self-generated content, and I would love to get more. I'd love to act those things out.
There's only 4 of us making the show, so we're probably gonna need some help.
Yeah, we will. We're working on it.
Yeah.
All right. Next call.
Yeah, that was great. That was caller of the year.
Really?
I think so. Yeah.
Thanks for calling Street Fight. Who are we talking to tonight? Everybody, write in with your vote for call of the year. Sorry, go ahead.
Hi, this is Sweaty. My pronouns are they, them.
Howdy,
okay.
Sweaty.
Is it like sweaty as in like sweetie, but just sweaty?
No, just like Sweaty.
Okay.
It's a nickname my friends gave me in college because I was always so nervous around new people and my hands sweat.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. But I was calling in tonight to talk about me quitting my job a couple months ago.
Right on. How did it happen?
All right, so it was actually like half a year ago. In late January, I told my boss, I was like, okay, I used to work at a like software utility company, sort of. Sorry, I'm like nervous because it's very
sweaty?
neat to me to talk to you guys. Yes, I am very sweaty. Right now.
Don't be.
I'm with you. I'm very sweaty too.
I honestly, I don't even remember this stuff after we do it. So you can completely embarrass yourself and meet me completely anew when I come to your town for our next live show.
All right, yeah, but this is like a software utility company, sort of, and I worked as like one of the software people, not a software engineer, but something close to it.
Okay.
And I went to school for like computer science and like game development. So that's what I actually want to do. But I got really lucky after school and got a job here, and I got paid pretty well.
Great.
So it was like, well, I need to take this. But I was working there for like almost 2 years, and I told my boss, I was like, I think I want to drop my hours to like 4 days a week. Because I was like, if I go 1 day less, I'll be fine. I'm making pretty good bank.
Uh-huh.
And my boss was like, yeah, like, can I ask why? Are you doing freelance?